Want to know what the next 2 months have in store for you? If you do, maybe stay with me and see what my cards have to say. These messages may be for you. Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your tarot reading for March into April with me, Cesmina, here on Cesmina Tarot. This reading is for Capricorn Sun, Moon and Rising. If you're new here, here's how the reading works. We'll get into things like love and money a bit later on, but first we're going to see what the main energy is right now and how that energy changes in March and April. As always, this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Let's get into it. So, what's going on at the moment, Capricorn? This is your current energy card. You have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, wow. So, Capricorn, you're actually doing really well for yourself right now. I don't think how you feel matches that, but we'll go back to that energy in a minute. But yeah, you're doing really well for yourself. You've got money coming in. Your work is stable. There's no worries there. Your relationships, the important ones in your life, are doing well. So family, friends, etc. There aren't any problems there. You're achieving your goals, or maybe you've recently achieved a goal or goals that you set for yourself, New Year's resolutions, things like that. You're achieving. You should be feeling fulfilled and happy and grateful. And I think you do. Like, you are grateful for what you have because you do have a lot. You have a lot of things that you wanted. Like I said, I did see you achieving your goals recently, but there's this feeling coming through. It's not tiredness or exhaustion. Like, you can handle what you have. You can. You can maintain it. You can do everything that you need to do to keep your life like this. That's not the problem here. It's something else. I'm just trying to put it into words. It's like something's missing. Yeah, that's it. You feel like something is missing and you don't know why. You don't know what's missing. And yeah, I think this is bothering you right now. You're like, I have a lot. Why isn't it enough? What's missing? Let's see if we can answer that question with your next card. Let's see what's happening in March. You have the Sun. Oh, wow. Two really good cards here. So I think you're finding out what's missing in March, Capricorn. I do think you're answering that question very soon. I think something is entering your orbit in March and it's like instant. It's like, this is it. This is what was missing. Because I'm getting you feeling this, like you're confused, this something's missing energy. And then this new thing is put in front of you and it answers your question for you. Whatever this is, it's going to make you really happy. It's going to make you feel really warm and really, I think you're going to be feeling alive again. Maybe you feel like you're on autopilot at the moment, just going through the motions, and that's why this feeling is so intense. That's the Sun. When you find this thing, it's like this realization. It's like, this is it. This is what I've been missing. I think it makes you smile. I think you want to be around this thing. This could also be a person that you're meeting. But whatever this is, whether it's a thing or a person, you're going to be returning to it. You're really interested in this. It feels new and exciting. You're enjoying this. It feels like it gives you a new lease of life. You feel more alive once you find whatever this is. And it looks like that's happening in March. Let's get your card for April now. But yeah, you're finding what's missing in March. I think it feels to me like you just happen across it. It doesn't feel planned to me. It feels like you just find it one day, like randomly. But let's see about April now. You have the Hermit. Okay, so it looks to me like whatever this is that you're finding in March, whatever you feel like is what's missing from your life, it gives you a lot to think about. I think it's taken you by surprise. So, whatever this is, it could be something that you could never have seen yourself wanting or having or being interested in. I think you're learning a lot about yourself through this. It's like you're sitting there in April asking yourself, why do I like this? Why is this making me so happy? What's so special about this? And then after that, I think you're going to be figuring out how this new thing would fit into your life, how you would go about getting this thing into your life. But yeah, it has taken you by surprise. It's like you didn't think you were the sort of person who would like this or want this. You didn't think that this is something you would have in your life, I don't think. Yeah, learning a lot about yourself through this. I think that's it for these ones. Let's get your next set of cards now. So we're going into the love section of the reading now. The next three cards look at different areas of your love life: new love, existing love, and no contact situations. So just pick whichever one applies to you. We're going to start with new love. This card looks at new connections, new people, and the potential for love in March and April. You have death and transformation. Wow, okay, a lot of intense cards. So I think you thought you were done with love for the time being. You thought that part of your life was taking a back seat, or maybe even maybe you thought that that was for good. Maybe you thought that you were putting love on the back burner permanently. And I think you just got to a point where you needed a break from someone, or maybe you felt like you were repeating scenarios, or not scenarios, I mean patterns. Maybe you felt like you were just getting the same result every time. And so you took a break, but that's changing. So this missing piece that you're finding in March could be love. It could be love coming in for you. This is either someone completely new or someone you know who has completely changed since the last time you saw them or the last time you spoke to them. And that's very important for you. I think that's the reason this person is catching your eye. That's the reason this person has your attention, because it's something new, something you've never seen before. Maybe it's a bit off brand for you, someone that you wouldn't usually go for. You might even find yourself asking, why do I like this person? You know, why do I find them attractive? What is it? I think that might be a bit of a puzzle for you in March and April. So keep your eyes peeled for that, Capricorn. That's where I see love coming in for you. Let's go to your next card now. We're going to look at existing love now. This card looks at romantic connections that are already in your life. So someone you're dating, someone you're in a relationship with, or someone where feelings already exist. And if you'd like a much deeper look into a specific connection in your life, you can also check out my You and Them readings on this channel. You have the Empress. Okay, so your relationship is looking good in March and April, Capricorn. I actually see you being babied by your partner. They're taking care of you. They're pampering you and spoiling you. So it's possible that you two have an anniversary or something like that coming up. The imagery in this card is also making me think that you two may be trying for a baby and that's why your partner is all over you. Or maybe you've just had a baby and that's where the pampering is coming from. Congratulations if that's your story. But anyway, yeah, you're feeling very safe and very loved and comfortable in your relationship in March and April, Capricorn. I'm also getting that this could be because you and your partner are trying to reconnect after a time of distance. You're getting close again, you're getting back into the swing of your relationship again. And I feel like you both really understand how important it is for you to reconnect, to show up at this time. So there's a lot of care and patience and commitment. It's like they're trying to prove to you that you're the one for them, that they don't want anyone else, and that they want this to work. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a time of distance and then a reconnection here. And I feel like you're taking things slow, but this is growing. This is bringing you closer. And I think after this, you will be at a new level with your partner. You'll be much closer to your partner, closer than you were before. Let's go to your next card now. I think you'll be taking your relationship to the next level, becoming exclusive. So marriage, a baby, or maybe even another baby. Very specific message there for someone. Let's get your next card. Going to look at no contact now. So this card looks at someone you're not currently speaking to, someone where communication has stopped, or someone where things have become distant. You have the 10 of Swords. Okay, so they're pissing you off in March and April. Okay, so Capricorn, I get the feeling that you've recently opened the door slightly for this person. Maybe you haven't let them know that. Maybe you're just thinking about them, and maybe considering breaking no contact. But Capricorn, in March or in April, your no contact person is going to do something that will remind you of what a D or a B they are. Okay, I think maybe during the no contact, you've started to idealize them a bit, and you've started to miss them, and you're thinking about it. You're thinking about breaking no contact, but listen, hold fire, don't text them yet, be strong, and I will tell you why. Because at some point, this person is going to post something or text something or just do something that you find out about or hear about, and it's really going to hurt you, okay? It's really going to disappoint you, and it's going to burst your bubble. It will remind you why you ended it with this person. It's going to tell you without a doubt that there's nothing that you can do or say to change this person. As much as you want to, as much as you love them, I can see a lot of feelings here. But that's why I'm telling you, don't text them, wait and see what they do, because it's going to hurt you even more if you open that door and you're vulnerable and they turn around and behave like a B or a D, okay? So please, for the time being, because I think you'll be grateful that you did, don't text them, okay? Don't break no contact. Right now, they don't deserve you. Not right now, anyway. That could change in the future. But right now, I think you need to protect your energy. Let's get your next set of cards now. So we're going into the home and work section of the reading now. The next 4 cards look at different areas of your life: family, friends, work, and then money. We're going to start with family. So this card looks at your family relationships and what's going on in your family in March and April. You have the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so Capricorn, I think you're stressing about not feeling satisfied with your life and you're trying to hide it from your family. Okay, so maybe this is where the pressure to be happy with what you have is coming from. Maybe what you have in your life right now wasn't your idea. Maybe this is what your parents wanted for you, or maybe other family members. It doesn't have to be your parents. It could be grandparents, siblings, your partner, your children. But yeah, there's this feeling of obligation, this feeling of having to do things for your family, and feeling like because you agreed to it or said you would, there's this feeling of like you have to be happy about it or you have to be okay with it, but you're not. You feel like something's missing. And so, because of that, I think you're going to be feeling like you're a bit disconnected from your family, or like you can't fully confide in your family in March and April. I think while um, they're thinking you're okay, I think you're going to be making a real effort to seem happy and okay with life as it is. But once they're not around you, you're feeling like something's missing, something just feels off to you, and it's really bugging you. You're like, what is it? What's missing? I have everything that I originally wanted. And I feel like while you're feeling disconnected from your family, you might be a little airy fairy in March and April because you're preoccupied. So you're not really engaged or paying complete attention to your family. But I think it's a good thing because while you're in your head, you're going to be realizing or finding out which area of your life, which part of it you need to change, or which part of it you need something new in. So it's not a bad thing. Let's get your next card now. Looking at friends now, this card looks at your friendships, new and old, and what's happening within your social circle in March and April. You have the Six of Cups. Okay, complete opposite energy of family. So yeah, this is interesting, especially since you're feeling a little disconnected from your family. I see you leaning on your friendships more than you usually do. And I think this is because you feel like your friends are on your level. You feel like your friends understand you on a level that your family can't, or your partner or your children can't. Your friends, I think, are going to be your safe space in March and April. You're feeling like your friends can understand your situation, or they can sympathize with your situation better than others right now. This could also be you seeking out an older friend too, maybe someone from your childhood or an earlier time in your life. But yeah, you're looking through your friendships. I think you're trying to find someone who understands that you have everything, you have a lot, but for some reason there's something missing. You're trying to find a friend who you can confide in, who you can talk about this with. So this might make you think of a certain friend. This to me would be the friend who's done a lot, who's seen a lot, who's got a lot of experience, or just someone who's emotionally intelligent, someone who finds it easy to put themselves in your shoes and understand your situation. And I see you and this friend comparing their experience with your current situation. And I think you're going to be, yeah, it's like a safe space where you can talk about all these feelings with a friend who's not going to judge you, and a friend who's able to say, when I was in that situation, I felt that way too, you know. And I think you might be feeling really bad about, you feel ungrateful, I think. But yeah, you're talking to a friend, you're really venting to this friend because they've been where you are now and they understand. They understand what you're going through. Let's get your work card now. This card looks at your job, your work environment, and what's going on in your working life in March and April. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm not surprised to see this here. Like I said, you've got no worries with your money. That's doing just fine. You could even take on more work. I think maybe that's the new thing coming in for you, a challenge at your job. You know, you're on top of things at work. You have a good routine. You can handle your work. You're gifted at what you do, very practiced and experienced at what you do as well. I don't think you ever cause any issues at your work. You're dependable. I think you're indispensable. You could actually be in management if you're not already. I do think you have what it takes to be in management. But yeah, I don't think your work is ever really on your mind. This isn't a worry for you. I think you're like on autopilot with your work. You know exactly what you're doing. You could do your job in your sleep. This also feels to me like something you studied or worked on for a long time. So by the time you got this job, you were very practiced at the skills that you need for it. Yeah, there really isn't anything else to say here. Your work isn't an issue at all. You've got all your ducks in a row here. You know exactly what you're doing. The only thing I would say is that you may be ready for a challenge in your work, maybe feeling bored or like you could do more. That might be what is missing. That you need a challenge. Let's get your next card. This is your money card. So this card looks at your financial situation in March and April, income, spending, and overall stability. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, again, no worries with your money, but you're bored with life right now. So there's more movement here than in your last card. I think you're looking at all this money, this steady income that you've got. And that steady income is there because of you and your hard work. That's there because you do what you do so well. There's a lot of pride coming through there. You really are proud of your financial situation. Very independent energy there as well. You're looking at this money and all the while you're thinking, I have everything, but something's missing. What could I buy? What could I use my money for to fix this, to cure this feeling? Is there something that I could buy? Is there something that I could invest in? So where trying something new is concerned, you definitely have the means and the resources to pay for it. You know, you have enough to pay for something new in your life, to bring something that you really want into your life without jeopardizing what you've worked so hard to build. Let's keep going and get your next card. Yeah, there's really no worries for you with money. There's no worries at all. It's just, what do you spend it on? It's quite a nice problem to have, to be honest. We're going to get you some advice. So this card shows what you should keep in mind as you move through March and April. You have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so this makes sense. Capricorn. I know that you feel like you have everything, but something's missing. I know that this feeling is bothering you. You're feeling bored, you're feeling confused, but the Seven of Swords here is asking you to think through anything new, okay? I think the reason everything in your life is very stable, and I think the reason for that is that you thought most of these things through before you committed to them. So even though this new thing coming in is going to make you feel more alive than you have in a while. Don't rush in head first. Like we saw in your earlier cards, it will take you by surprise that you want this new thing coming in does feel off brand for you. So do sit with that and figure that out before you commit, okay? It's not a time for impulsive decisions. It's a time for change. You do need one, but not right away, not instant, okay? Think it through. Let's get your last card now. We're going to take a quick look ahead. This is just a little sneak peek at the energy moving into the next month, which would be May. You have the Queen of Wands. Okay, so you're feeling more alive in May, Capricorn, not because you're excited, because you found something new and you rushed into it headfirst without thinking. No, it's because you've found something new that you like, you thought it through, you waited to see if it was a phase. And so by May, you know that this new thing is for you. It's developing at a healthy speed. It's not too quick, then fizzling out. That's not what this is. It's something new in your life that's long term. And I think you feel much better about a change if you know it's something long term. You're going to have something in your life that excites you, something that lights you up, something that's maybe a bit of a challenge, something that keeps you on your toes a little bit, but it's something that makes you feel alive, makes your otherwise routine life seem much more interesting. This is you finding out if this is what's missing in your life in May. Don't think you're 100% sure, but I do see you being about 80% by May, 80% sure. All right, that's all that's coming through here. So I'm going to leave it there, Capricorn. I hope this gave you something to think about, and I hope it helped you in some way. But for now, I'll see you in my next reading. Take care.